episode of The Young Turks is brought to you by GoToMeeting. Online meetings made easy.
I know karate.
Jon Kyl, man, the Republicans, they make a big deal. They get Mitch McConnell to support the Tea Party wing of the party on a slashing and ending pork spending on earmarks. And then, bam, it took 3 days, right, for Jon Kyl to come through.
Yeah, it did. It is lightning fast how the hypocrisy works in D.C. So he put $200 million for Arizona's Indian tribes' water rights claims against the government into a bill. And he says it's not an earmark. And they say technically it's not an earmark. That's at least their excuse. But here's a definition of an earmark, and you tell me if it seems to fit. It's a spending item inserted, quote, primarily at the request of a senator that goes, quote, to an entity or is targeted to a specific state. Now, in this case, this was targeted to an entity in the specific state of Arizona. The specific request was made by Jon Kyl. It was not. It was attached to a larger bill that was only tangentially related to this and did not initially include this at all. It's an earmark.
Yeah, it couldn't be more of an earmark. By the way, Max Baucus of Montana, Jeff Bingaman of New Mexico also got measures in there benefiting their states to the black farmers' tribal royalty settlements. That's what the bill was. It was sought by Obama, passed by the Senate on Friday to settle claims by black farmers and American Indians against the federal government. But it wasn't about water rights claims. Anyway, look, you don't need to. It's an earmark. You don't need to look at it. It's an earmark.
Now, having said that, look, as you look at that particular earmark and the bill overall, we're settling claims that we've had outstanding for an incredibly long time, claims that in that case, the Native Americans in Arizona are unquestionably right about.
No question.
Right?
Yeah.
So as you look at it, you think, well, apparently some earmarks totally make sense.
Right, but of course, the great thing about Max Baucus and Jeff Bingaman, who got stuff for Indians in Montana and New Mexico in the deal, is that they're like, yeah, I'm doing this. This is what I think is right, and I want to make sure some of this money gets to my state. Jon Kyl is the guy who stood there and said, no more earmarks, and then 3 days later was like, except this one and maybe another one.
Right, of course, but it's not like, I just want people to understand, it's not an earmark that's going to a buddy of his, right? It's an earmark for something that those people should have been paid on, right?
Right.
It is their right. They actually, and everybody agrees that it's their right to get that money. Now, one other part of this that I'm actually very surprised by, Jon Kyl cares about Indians in Arizona?
Yeah.
Hey, look at that. I mean, in a couple of ways, I give Jon Kyl credit in some ways on this one.
It is. Black farmers, too. Black farmers, the complaint by black farmers also in this bill, they'll get about $1.2 billion, $5 billion for the Indians, $1.2 billion for black farmers to settle claims that the Agriculture Department's local offices discriminated against them in awarding loans and other aid.
Young Turks have a new sponsor, GoToMeeting. Online meetings made incredibly simple. You can set it up in 2 minutes and you can talk to anyone from anywhere. And it's only $49 a month and it's unlimited.
You can actually go to gotomeeting.com/Turks and get a 30-day trial.
I never heard anybody.